Hello, this is Daniel Robbins. So I'm sitting here at the Grey Cup party in Calgary, right next to this fire here. And I was thinking I should make a video. I guess my dear brother Gary Amirault recently passed away, and he made a video where he was looking at a fire again, just like this. And he was asking, imagine throwing somebody onto that fire. Even for a moment, even for a minute, an hour, a day, a week, a year, 10 years, 100 years, 1,000 years, 1,000,000 years. My simple question to Christianity at large is, what up? What's going on? How in the world did we come to think that this is normal? It's just a standard part of Christianity. Every Christian's just supposed to believe it. Well, Gary Amirault didn't believe it, and I don't believe it. And I hope you don't think that makes me a bad Christian, because I definitely don't. Not only do I not believe in hell, I can tell you that I do not worship hell, and I don't recommend that you do either. So let me clarify what I mean by worshiping hell. I mean what Christianity has been doing for way too long, and thinking, oh, this is just a standard doctrine of Christianity, that any non-Christian burns in hell forever. Please let us get that out of our heads. And I want to say, it had better be possible to not, as you say, believe in hell and still be a Christian, because if it isn't, then I'm simply not a Christian, and I won't lose sleep over it. I am a born-again believer who's been born again and is being born again. I have also been called a universalist, and I'd like to make it clear that if you're going to call me a universalist, please make that perfect universalist. If you can't call me that, you can call me a believer. Or I thought of a new one. UWMA, Universalist with Mega Attitude, and of course Flat Earther. And I want to say, give a challenge to some of my friends who are Flat Earthers, and I totally understand. You may be uncomfortable with the fact that I'm attacking hell. I'm attacking it for a reason. It's time. Christianity has been weighed in the balances and found wanting on the flat earth, but also on the doctrine of eternal conscious torment. And it's time for us to be born again and understand that as much as we have something to offer, we can no longer be arrogant and silly as to think that we're in and everybody else is out, and again, destined to spend forever burning in a fire, kind of like that. That's just out, and that just needs to go, and let's just be born again. And but I have an idea. So the word hell is spelled H-E-L-L, right? Very simple way to deal with that word. Add the apostrophe. H-E-L-L. In other words, he will. He will what? He will have all men to be saved and come to the knowledge of the truth. We know about that Bible verse. We just don't take it seriously enough. And I'd say it's high time we did, because enough is enough. And we also know about those verses in Philippians 2, right? Did you know they were referring back to Isaiah 45? Look unto me, and be ye saved, all the ends of the earth, for I am God, and there is none else. I have sworn by myself in righteousness, the word has gone out of my mouth, and shall not return, that unto me every knee shall bow, like this, every tongue shall swear. So, it's a known fact that every knee will bow and every tongue confess. It just annoys me that we take Hebrews 9:27 out of context and try to say that Yeshua, also known as Jesus, is going to be a bully to the people who didn't quote-unquote get saved on time. And throw them where again, though? See, here's what I hate. I hate it when Christians are even sloppy in their theology. They think hell is forever. Look, you read Revelation, you'll see that hell and death are thrown into the lake of fire. So then it's just sloppy stuff. Look, death and hell are thrown into the lake of fire and destroyed. So that would be the death of death, which is life. And Gary Amirault was absolutely right about that. So this is my tribute to Gary. Thank you, brother, for helping me to be born again and no longer be a hell-bent Christian. And I call on all other Christians to likewise be born again and be no longer hell-bent in Yeshua's name. And of course, TEIF, or the earth is flat. A flat, motionless plane with foundations underneath and the dome firmament overhead with the sun, moon, and stars in that firmament. And by the way, people say the sun is 93 million miles away. See, I'm sitting near this fire because I want to feel some heat from it. But watch this. See, I can no longer feel heat from the fire because it's far away from me. Same thing with the sun. If that sun were 93 million miles away, you would never feel any heat from it whatsoever. You wouldn't see any light from it. I challenge anyone who's willing to attempt it to count to 93 million. I have done it, and I can tell you it will be a wake-up call. And it's high time we did it so they can stop, so that they can no longer take advantage of us by throwing these numbers around that we don't even understand. But let me give you a little idea of what that number means. So if you take their supposed spherical planet Earth, which is a fallacy, but they say it's 8,000 miles in diameter, and shrink it down to the size of a golf ball, then if your model was to scale, then that would make the sun about a quarter of a mile away. And with that, I'm going to say bless you. And feel free to pray, listen for the still small voice, and also read the Bible from the beginning, Genesis. When did God create the sun, moon, and stars? Not until the fourth day of creation. And where is the word hell in Genesis or Exodus? Good night.